What's up, everybody? Primetime CP23 here, back with another Diablo 3 video. Today we are doing yet another starter guide for Season 23. Today we're taking a look at the Wizard. Wizard is going to be an incredibly popular start this season, but definitely not for the starter set. Firebird's received a massive buff in the PTR and is going to be one of the most popular builds this season. Unfortunately, you have to start with Talrasha to get 2 Firebirds. The Wizard does have several damage multipliers to make the leveling process easier, and of course to make the greater F20 process easier. There are only 3 legendary daggers that are in the Wizard item pool, so your chances of getting a Wizard Spike are pretty decent. On screen now, you'll be able to see me rolling a total of 16 one-handed daggers, and we ended up getting 7 Wizard Spikes. The first 15 were just a test to see how often Wizard Spike would drop, and then the final one, the 16th roll, was actually picking what I was going to use for my greater of 20 clear. In addition to Wizard Spike, we are also using 3 pieces of the Talrasha's Elements set, and of course a Ring of Royal Grandeur in the cube to get the 4-piece bonus. Talrasha's does not have a damage multiplier on the 2 or 4-piece bonus, which can make the GR20 a little rough, but fortunately, if you get either a Wizard Spike or any item that buffs any damage for the Wizard, you shouldn't have too bad of a time. To quickly run through the other items in the cube, we've got an Orb of Infinite Depth, which does nothing because I'm not using Explosive Blast, and of course a Gold Wrap, which does nothing in a Greater Rift. Beyond that, we've got all rare items, marquee level gems, and 0 legendary gems. As always, we're not using any Paragon except for movement speed because life without movement speed sucks. Let's talk about the skills. So we've got Electrocute with Chain Lightning. Our damage dealer is Arcane Orb with the Frozen Orb rune. We're also going to be throwing out Frozen Orbs at random with the Wizard Spike, and Arcane Orb is going to have a big damage boost. Our fire skill for the Talrasha set is going to be Hydra with the Blazing Hydra rune. Magic Weapon with Deflection. Teleport Calamity is our arcane damage. And finally, Storm Armor with Power of the Storm, just to decrease arcane power costs. Passives, we've got Evocation, Elemental Exposure, works perfectly with the Talrasha's Elements set, Audacity, and finally our Cheat Death, Unstable Anomaly. The worst part about the 4-piece bonus for the Talrasha set is not that it doesn't have a damage multiplier, it's just that you don't have any on-screen indication as to how many elements you have active. So you kind of have to guess. It's a little bit of a guessing game as to how many of your elements you have up. So it can be a bit of a pain, but as long as you're casting all 4 elements on a regular basis, you don't really have to worry too much. The enemies in a GR20 are not going to deal that much damage to you. I got into a couple of pretty close calls, but I ended up not dying, so you should be okay. Since Teleport is one of your damage dealers for Talrasha's, I do recommend getting cooldown everywhere you can get it. I have cooldown on my source, weapon, both rings, and with the evocation passive. Of course, if I had really tried hard, I probably could have gotten it on Talrasha's Allegiance, gloves, and I could have had a diamond in my helm for even more cooldown. But as it is, we're sitting at 41% CDR, so it's not enough to have permanent uptime on teleport, as you can see, but you're able to teleport pretty much as often as you need to. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and I hope you've been enjoying the starter guides for Season 23. If you have been enjoying the content on the channel, please remember to subscribe to see more. Leave me a comment down below with what class you're going to start with in Season 23. And of course, like the video for the all-powerful YouTube algorithm. So until next time, this is Primetime CP23, and we out.